I'm doing it. I'm actually doing it. I'm doing an interview for the Disney College program. As you can tell, this is the phone interview portion of it. I did my web-based interview, actually, I think like last week on Tuesday. It is currently a Thursday. And then on that same day, it was like, schedule your phone interview. And I was like, oh, we're doing this. This is just crazy. This is really wild. It feels very real. I've been watching videos like everyone does, and hopefully that's what you're doing too, to prepare yourself. And I just want to say this really quickly. I do hope that you get exactly what you're hoping for, and if not, you will still get what you're hoping for, which is an opportunity to be at Disney. I do believe that if you are someone who's actively watching these interviews and learning and doing better and you know how to sell yourself, I fully hope that you are able to be a part of the magic for someone and for yourself. Now, going into my why and everything, I'm going to tell the interviewer when they most likely ask the question of why. I have like a whole thing that I have written down. I've actually been able to write down a couple questions. I'm not gonna have this with me, but I'm gonna have it like just in my mind, and then a paper with a few little things on it that I'll explain to you later. But I am doing this because I want to work for Disney. I do. I really do. Like, I was on my last trip and my friend Erin is in the professional internship program, and then I was in a Skyliner gondola the day that I did my 4 parks solo challenge, and I was with 3 people in the Disney College program and then one person who had invited their boyfriend to come visit them, and one of them was in entertainment and the other 2 were in custodial, and one of them dreamed of entertainment, and kind of hearing their interaction and obviously them letting me chat with them, it really just inspired me. And I knew about the college program from my junior year of college, but I had a lot of other stuff going on. I had to finish my degree, I had to go study abroad, everything, and I wanted to finish off my degree. So then when I realized that I could apply still and that it's within 2 years of graduating, not like 6 months, I was like astounded. I was like, wow, I can do this? And I did it. I had no expectations when I put my web-based, like my web application. I was like, okay, yeah, let's see what happens. And then that same day I'm scheduled, and it's just really mind-blowing, personally. This is very exciting. This is pretty crazy. I'm just like overwhelmed. I got a phone message. Oh, Liz, it's my friend Liz. She says, good luck on your interview, Skin Tea Queen, girly pop mama. You are gonna do amazing and you're gonna boots the house down, slay it. I have about an hour still before the interview happens. It's 9:15, I have it at 10:15, so I'm just going to continue writing down some things. I'm gonna make my sheet that I'm gonna have, and I'll show that. I cannot, nowadays you cannot record the interview with your person, so I won't be doing that, but I'm gonna try my best to remember it, and then I'm gonna tell you about my experience and how it goes, because I think that would still be very helpful for y'all. I'm back. I have about 5 minutes until they are going to call me in. I wrote down my little things here. I wrote my top 3 of my reasons, my experience with the 5 keys of Disney, and then on just another paper, I wrote like some things about why. And that's about it. The rest of the stuff I've already gone through before. It's gonna be over there on my iPad. It's gonna live there. And I just have to memorize. I just have to know what I'm doing. And I'm confident, and I've done it before, so I'm ready. It's gonna be okay. So yes, I'm excited. I have my Groot hoodie here because I love this hoodie very much. I would wear it right now, but I think I might start sweating. And then behind us, I actually have my pin board, my new pin board that I've set up. And it's very beautiful, like a reminder of just what Disney means to me and the type of Disney products and shows and movies that have inspired me throughout my life and have followed me until my adulthood. So yeah, this is gonna be very exciting. Can't wait. I have 1 minute now. I'm just gonna be with myself. I'm gonna say a little prayer, turn the camera off, and I'll see you later. Bye. I did it! Oh my gosh. Baby, I did it. Baby, I did it. Ay, baby, I did it. Ay. See, you see how I censor my dancing because I'm like a respectable, you know, like I'm like for Disney. So let me plug in my mic and we can have a real conversation together about how it went. The ears are back on. The interview is finished. I'm gonna explain to you how it went. So basically, kind of first started off by like, I had a really nice interviewer. I can't say her name, but she was very nice. She made sure that I wasn't recording. So I was like, yes, I'm not recording at all. And when she gave me her name, I wrote it down. That's like the #1 tip that people say, aside from always smiling. And she kind of had like some quick questions, that kind of like simple ones that you'll hear over and over again. It's if you're an international student, do you have a driver's license, and can we confirm the dates? And then for me, she asked about living with roommates and kind of like, what's your experience with that? I let her know I've lived with roommates before. I lived with roommates when I studied abroad, and I mentioned communication, I mentioned cleanliness, knowing each other's sleeping habits, and I gave an example of how with my roommates we had like a chores list on our refrigerator and kind of just like initialing that. And then she asked me about my why, and my why, she said that was like really inspiring. She mentioned later on again when I like in the interview that it kind of helped fill her cup and get to know me even more, and that it really hit home for her because I mentioned about my family and how Disney has given so much to my family and so much to me as an adult. So now I have this opportunity to give that back and to give that to other families is so important. And then like kind of giving my examples of some of my experience, how my experience can help as well was helpful because it kind of like hit like 3 different sections. Why, as in what it's given to me, how it makes me feel, and then kind of how my experience can help give that feeling to others. After that, what's funny enough is that I mentioned being an annual pass member, and she was like, okay, wait, hold on. I'm gonna have some fun here because I don't normally get to ask this like fun question to other people. And she asked if I was at the parks, what's the first thing that I would must do? And I actually said I would be a pin trader. I said I would, if I'm there now, I have to do pin trading. I've gotten into it very recently, and I went from doing like just the 2024 spinner pin to now having a board in front of me full of my favorite Disney Channel pins and Club Penguin and all that stuff. She was like, wow, I love that. She has a couple pins herself, so we kind of shared that little moment. I was very lucky to have a conversational and energetic interviewer, so that was nice. The next question is maybe one that you'll probably get if you haven't already answered it in your responses, which is how can the DCP program help with your professional career? She was really honing in on like my major and what I want to do in life. So I kind of let her know, as you know, my major is media production management technology. So that means I kind of want to be in front of the camera or behind it. And with production, I think as a director, or even as a lead actress, it's really important to be quick on your feet and problem solving. And she just kind of like took that answer and she was like, that's great. Having those transferable skills is really important. And then she asked about an example of when I've had like safety and how important safety is, because that's one of the 5 keys. It's safety, courtesy, inclusivity, show, and efficiency. So what's an example of that? My example I gave was from my experience. So just kind of write that down. About whatever experience you have. If you want an example of that, mine was about group fitness. I have to be first aid and CPR certified, and I'm dealing with a lot of different people when I'm teaching those classes, and I gotta mop the floors when they're sweaty, and I've gotta help people with limited mobility. So she really took that and she was like, wow. And in my answer, I actually helped by doing like giving the other keys as well, because I mentioned inclusivity and I mentioned courtesy and I mentioned efficiency within that because of how quick I respond to different issues. She just kind of like gave some clarifying things that you'll hear. It's like, oh, are you okay with indoor, outdoor settings? Like they can't confirm that. So are you okay with being outside? For me as a Miami person, I'm in front of the windows right now, I'm sweating. I'm like, I'm used to that, very used to that. Then we have, are you comfortable with quick service food and beverage and custodial? I was saying yes, but I don't have much experience in that. And then for quick service food and beverage, because I have my dietary restrictions, I didn't like clarify them at all. I was just like, it could give me some pause, but I am always willing to learn. And with proper training and, gloves and stuff, I could definitely help in those areas as well. Character performer specifically, she just let me know that I have to go to the audition, if I didn't know that already, to go to the audition. And then even if I don't get it right now, I will have the opportunity to extend my program and I can do another character performer audition while I'm there. She let me know like, oh, when I'll hear, that's kind of like the common thing that they will tell you, like, so now moving forward, this is what you'll hear, They'll say like the website is support.disneyprograms.com. And then I asked her about her experience and she let me know, and that was very nice to hear about it. And she was like, that's the best question that you can ask anybody whenever you are meeting new people, and you will be meeting new people. And she kind of let me know that having Disney on her resume really helped. And she eventually actually left Disney and then came back as a recruiter. And that was an awesome experience for her. I asked if there's anything that I could explain further, if she has any questions about me. And she really said that no, I've hit so many different points. And she just said that I should feel confident about how my interview went. So that is always very nice to hear. Y'all, I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my heart, whether I'm a character performer or not. I feel it in my heart that I'm going to be working at Disney. it's such a crazy experience. And like, I'm not gonna post this video until I know, because then it'd be so embarrassing. I'm just kidding. It would not be embarrassing, but I think it went really well, y'all. Wow. Wow. Now let's see how it goes. She says I will know in a week from now. So it's currently February 12th, and I'll see you in a week. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? So I was just on my phone. I was making some breakfast at 11:30 because that's breakfast time some days. And I just got an email that said, I've been accepted into the Disney College program. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, everyone slow down. Everyone calm down. Everyone slow your roll. Woo! Woo! Hey! Am I gonna be a cast member?
6 months later.
Surprise! I'm here now. I'm in Orlando. Now I am in my new apartment. I decided to live off campus and everything. Maybe I'll give y'all an explanation about all of that. If you have any questions about the DCP as I'm going through this journey, feel free to ask me. But I need to film this intro because if not, I will never upload this video. So here y'all go, and hopefully I can see you either at the parks or on your screen. But for now, I bid you adieu, au revoir, adios, and aloha. Bye! I just combined both of my outros for TikTok and my outro for YouTube. Have fun.